Hey, what's happening? We are heading into race number 3, White Tank Whirlwind, and presented by Trek West Phoenix. So we are 2 races down, heading into race number 3. That will be on February 8th out at White Tanks. A couple things to note about White Tanks is the parking lot is quite small, so camping is extremely limited. We do have use of the group site for both Friday night and then the comp lot on Friday and Saturday night. So if you are planning to camp, please try and keep your footprint small because we will have to, squeeze in a day of parking and cars and things like that. So try to keep your footprint small at White Tanks, or for those that live in the valley and just want to come out for the day, you can do that too. So a couple notes on things that we noticed from Estrella. If you have a green series plate, so a plastic plate, this will be your number plate for the entire season. You do not have to go to registration each race. Just remember to bring your plate, and then just go somewhere near registration and get your leg marked. Usually our leg markers are standing right out front of the registration booth, or at the back of the start chute. We try to get a couple folks there to mark your leg. So this is helpful for you to know who is in your category. You'll get typically a letter or a number, and then everyone with letter C is in your category. And it's helpful for the other riders to know if they're coming up on you that, oh, okay, you're not in their category and you're not technically competing for the same podium. So if you have a plastic number plate, bring it every race, but you do not have to go to registration and check in. If you have a paper plate that you picked up at another race, but then you sign up for, say, White Tanks, you need to get a new number plate. So if you have a paper plate that you registered from McDowell that says McDowell on it, you can't use that number plate for the other races. So make sure if you sign up for an individual race that you go to registration and pick up a new number plate, and make sure that your number plate says the race that you are racing. So if you're racing White Tanks, make sure your number plate has the White Tanks logo on it. That was a bit new for us. We had a lot of people who were taking McDowell number plates and just going off and racing, and we didn't have them in the system. So if you sign up for White Tanks, make sure you go to registration and pick up a number plate for White Tanks. Mentioned leg marking. Also, make sure to check your results before you leave the area. You can check your results online. So if you go back to your car and grab your phone, those are unofficial, but you can check them and make sure that things are coming up correctly. We will have a 15-minute protest period that we will always announce and give you 15 minutes before their final from that window. If you see anything that is off, or you don't have a lap time, or you don't see your name in the results, make sure to come to the results tent and let us know so we can go find out. But if you just go off and change and get something to eat, and then 2 minutes before the podium check the results and realize, oh, I'm not on the list, or something funny's going on, it's much more difficult for us to change things when we're already about to do awards. So once we finish that protest period, and certainly when when the day is wrapped up, those results are final. We're not going to go back and change results after the fact. So just take a look at the results before you leave the area. Don't just assume that if you came across the line in third, sometimes funky things happen, and just glance at those. And then the last thing is parents of junior riders. If you want to be on course as a sweep, we do offer that opportunity, but not to necessarily sweep your own kid. So if you have a 6 to 8 year old, that's the only category where we allow parents to ride, what we say with your kid, but essentially, behind your kid, let the kids kind of ride together. But you can be on course with your specific child. For the 9 to 14 year olds, the other junior categories, We have staff sweeps provided. We also have volunteer sweeps, and so if you want to be on course when the other junior riders are out there, you need to sign up and come get a sweep vest from us. We've had just too many instances of parents jumping out on course after the race goes off and either pushing their kid up hills or purposely blocking other riders, and it's just ends up being a big mess. So we want to make sure that if you're out on course, you have a sweep vest, you've checked in, and it's not really just an opportunity to ride with your kid and then block the other riders and silly stuff like that. So most parents have been really good this year, and it's a great opportunity to be out there and encourage the kids, especially if they're newer to riding and maybe having a hard time. But just make sure you come in and check in with us, get a sweep vest, and then we can get you into a wave and send you out. So hope you guys have a great race weekend. We will see you all on February 8th out at White Tanks.